Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Like, subscribe if you haven't. But it looks like the Clippers are just moving on up right now. It really looks that way. And the Clippers are ascending in the right direction. And I like what they're doing overall. I like their chemistry, what they have, and I like what they've built so far. And you've heard me say this before. But at the same time, it looks like it's growing to something that other teams just cannot deal with, especially in a 7-game series. It looks like this team is just, championship bound to me. They look like they're in the final. They look like they can go to the finals like right now. No doubt about it, because they started off the new year with a win against the Miami Heat. Big win always, even without Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat, they always play hard anyway. I mean, and besides, there's times where Jimmy Butler specifically, he may have a 30-point game or so, but he might have like a 10 to 14-point game. So it's like, Jimmy in the regular season, he's kind of like wishy-washy here and there a little bit. But, I mean, he plays better in the postseason. But at the same time, they got to win. The Clippers got to win, and they're starting off the year right, 2024. And Happy New Year to everybody also. But right now, the Clippers are in the power rankings amongst teams. The Clippers are number 5, and then they're slowly ascending, climbing on up the way they should and how they need to, because they need to be in good rhythm throughout the season, especially since, Ty Lue said that they're going to take the regular season more seriously in regards to Kawhi and PG and everybody on the team, up until they got, James Harden, which, of course, he's buying into the system as well. And it's all working right now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Clippers are the team to beat amongst any team. And I hear a lot of analysts and media people say, ESPN and all that stuff, the Clippers are the best team in the West. No, I think they should go a little bit further than that. I think they should say the Clippers are the best team in the NBA, because if you put them up against any team that you could think of right now in a 7-game series, they would give them trouble. They would give them a lot of trouble, because, like I said, for one, a healthy Kawhi is a monster. What Kawhi does on the defensive end, what Kawhi does all around to control a game by himself, it's unreal what he can do amongst any other player in the league. He is the best player on the floor when he is at his best. It is no doubt. So when you have somebody like him, and surrounding him is James Harden, who led the league in assists, who was a former MVP, along with Russell Westbrook, who's coming off the bench, still giving you double digits in points, still giving you 5 assists a game, and giving you 6 rebounds, one of the best rebounding guards we ever seen, and former MVP. And he's still got a lot of juice left in the tank. And he's always energetic and plays hard on both ends of the floor. And he can erupt. He can have a night, if he plays enough minutes, he can have a night where he scores 20 plus points. And then you got Paul George too. Now, he can score, put up big numbers any given night as well. So I mean, you got guys that are decorated and looked upon highly in this league, that are on this team, that are superstar caliber players surrounding a number 1 superstar player in Kawhi Leonard, where they really can't be touched amongst other teams. Now, of course, other teams might have some advantages in regards to size in the paint or things like that. But now that the Clippers got Mason Plumlee, back, and Daniel Tice has been really, really good for the Clippers. We need to give Daniel Tice some credit, a little bit of his flowers as well. I mean, some could argue that he could play better, but I really don't see how much better he can play, because he just came to this team, and I've seen games where he's knocking down big threes, stretching the floor, getting rebounds. He's kind of like a better version of Mason Plumlee and Zubac, because it's like he can stretch the floor and shoot threes. He can stand on the perimeter and let it fly, and you got confidence he can hit 2 out of 5. If he took 5 3-pointers, Daniel Tice could hit 2 out of 5. He can do that. So my point is, now when you look at this team, they got a big man basically for nothing in Daniel Tice to a degree. And he's really, producing for the Clippers every time he gets on the floor. He's a hustler type player who can stretch the floor. Now you got Mason Plumlee coming back, back where he is just an offensive rebound type guy and do all the little things, the dirty work. So, and then you got Zubac that's been playing good since James Harden, who's been playing better since James Harden arrived on this team. So you look at all that and you look at the star players they have, and then you add, little pieces like Terrence Mann, and then you can't forget about Norman Powell. Powell, I mean, he can come off the bench and have a 30-point game if he chooses to. I mean, Norman Powell can get 20 points every night. Every night, if you give him enough minutes, he can give you 20 points a night. And that's huge for somebody that's not even in the starting lineup. So when you think about that in its totality, really the Clippers might be underrated. They might should be number 2 or number 3 in the power rankings based upon all that they have and based upon, how they're built as a team. And then, having Ty Lue, who is, making things, easy for everybody, making everybody comfortable and trying to really, filter things out the way he wants to. And the way things are going right now with the coaching and the way the team and the guys and the players are responding to it, it's all gelling the right way. You see what I'm saying? So, for the Clippers, mainly, as always, each and every year, we just got to pretty much, hope that their health is their calling card in this situation where they can stay healthy enough to, make it through a season and ascend and go into the postseason and make that run that we all thought they should have been able to make years ago. But now with the team that they have, they can definitely make it now, because when you look at teams like the Timberwolves are at the top of the West. I don't think they could beat the Clippers in a 7-game series, even though I think it would be tough. I think it would go 6 games. I think that the Clippers will beat them 4-2. I really do, because, the Clippers just have more experience on their team. Whereas the Timberwolves have a lot of talent, and they do have some experience too. Don't get me wrong, Gobert, all them, but the Clippers have more experience in regards to guys who have went further in the playoffs, guys who've won championships, guys who've been to the NBA finals, guys who have been the number 1 guy on a team before and they were carrying a team. So that goes a long way to me. And then, the Eastern Conference, I personally think the only team I really think that would give the Clippers a huge run like that is the team that's actually ranked number 1 in the power rankings. And that's the Boston Celtics. And when I think about that, the Boston Celtics are good with the law firm, and they got, Derek White has just been probably one of the X factors, unsung hero type, players for them this whole season, actually last season as well. And adding Drew Holiday, a really good on-ball defender, a really good two-way player in that he is, that definitely makes him more deadly, along with Porzingis actually out there knocking down threes as well. So I personally think that's the only team that I see in the NBA right now that could really give the Clippers a run, because they have players that play defense. And they have, and they got guys with length, and they got, lethal scoring with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So, and I think they're very well coached as well. So my thing is, I think that's about the only team. Of course, you can maybe throw in the Sixers, Joel Embiid, this and that, with Tyrese Maxey. But I really think, for the most part, the Celtics are the team that would probably give the Clippers a run. I don't even think they would give the Clippers that much trouble, but I just think they would give them a run in regards to if they had to play in the finals. And hey, while I'm speaking about it, that actually could be the NBA finals. So I would like to actually see that if it actually pans out that way. But shout out to the Clippers. I think everybody needs to give them a little bit more credit. I mean, they have been, I feel like some media members feel surprised that the Clippers are this good. I mean, if they're healthy with all that talent they have, I mean, who in the world really can beat them? You see what I'm saying? But I feel like most media people are surprised more so how well they're playing rather than just surprised that they're healthy, because you should be more surprised at their health, because, that's been their Achilles heel. I mean, if they're healthy, I mean, they can compete against anybody, even without James Harden, when they just had Russell Westbrook. Hell, even without Russell Westbrook, when they just had Kawhi and PG, they can compete with anybody if both of them is healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it can be surprising to some. I will say that, but for me, it's not surprising. I'm just hopeful that everybody stays healthy where they can make a run and, they can try to go after this championship, because they're moving on up in the power rankings and all that. But in the end, you got to be healthy and you got to be available enough to make that run, make that push for the finals, because it's going to be tough getting there. It's not going to be an easy road. You still got the Nuggets in front of you. I definitely think the Clippers could beat the Nuggets in 6 games. I really do think they can. But at the same time, we got to see it happen. So, we're just going to keep hope that everybody stays healthy and everybody stays intact for the most part, and see if they can really make this run, for a championship.